Happy day two of our 2021 school year excursion, everyone. So today we got quite a bit to do. Remember, tomorrow is another catch-up day. I won't be offering any work, and so for those of you that are interested, I could always put in a first chapters Wednesday, but none of it will be required. So. Um, let's dive into today. So yesterday we talked about the SWBST, the SWIBST outline, and we'll quick review that. I also want to talk about the reading log, and then we're going to be a word choice lesson, and then I'm going to give you some time to work on your word choice stuff today. Okay, so a couple of things about our reading logs. So I want everyone to take a look at this bad boy. If you'll notice, we've got ourselves like a pattern here. So we started school in August, right? And I talked about the reading logs. Then we have September, everything shoots forward, right? These are the number of reading log entries. October, we max out. Then look what happens in November, and then December, and then January. And January, we just started, so it doesn't really count. But the pattern to note here is that you guys were doing really well, and then you went less and less. So some of you have stopped kind of doing the reading log. Not a great thing. And here's actually just a snapshot. These are names, but they're not all the names in the class. But look at, it's pretty clear that some of you are really doing a good job. So this student, this student, this student, and then for sure this is Kaya because her name lines up with the thing. These are the students that are following through with the reading log. All right. So notice all these are those of you that aren't. So one of the things we got to work on is getting back into that pattern. And some of you did actually say, Mr. Slavy, I want to get into better reading habits. Okay, we've got to do that. You've got to read every day. I've actually gotten to the habit again. I read every day, and I'm fascinated by the book that I'm reading. I'm learning stuff every day. So reading logs, let's get back on the track with that. All right, yesterday we talked about somebody wanted, but so then, right? So we talked about that this is an outline. It's also sort of a general map of a general story. You could summarize a story very well, and you could plan out a story using this formula. Who's your somebody? What do they want? But what stands in the way of what they want? So how do they respond? And then what happens next? It's our total following of the plot line. So in class, I'd like you to, we'll do this in class, but think about this, SWBST for Toy Story. I know it's a pretty familiar story. I hope at this point you could do an SWBST for this. So imagine the creators are sitting there going, we got to write this great story. How do we map this out? This is one way to do it. So in class, I would have you guys do this. At home, you could stop and try to figure it out. Right here is where you'd stop the video. But this is what it would look like, right? Somebody, that's Woody, the toys, Buzz Lightyear, Andy, the kid. Andy's bedroom is where all this happens, and they're in prep for a move. So Woody is our main character all through this movie, even though Buzz Lightyear is a pretty main character, but Woody drives the story because the W, Woody wants to be Andy's favorite toy. That is his personal goal. That drives everything he does. The minute he decides that, but Buzz Lightyear is the new favorite, and Woody tries to change that by getting rid of him. Kind of goes dark. So in response to that, Woody then actually gets caught up in his own scheme. Like he falls down and he has to escape, and he's with Buzz. And so he learns to work with Buzz. And that climax, the moment when they actually truly work together, he understands then that he was wrong to stoop so low and that Andy can love him and have a different favorite toy. So this SWBST works really well to summarize the story of Toy Story, which is a huge, huge 2-hour-long movie. All right. So if you want to take a moment and just reflect, we've been talking about the writer's craft for weeks now. We talked about how writers use figurative language to paint pictures for the readers. Writers write what they know. You did that. Writers make big deals out of small moments. We did that. Writers have a plan or an outline. That's what the SWBST is. And then writers make conscious choices about words. That's today's work. Word choice. So at this point, what I would have you do at home is go to Schoology And I have a video that I'm going to have you click on, which is Kwame Alexander, who's one of our authors we're going to read. And he does this wonderful little presentation on how to how he writes, what his way of thinking. And so I want you to go to Schoology. And if you go into Schoology right here, sorry, it's being so pokey. Yep, right here. Word choice and writing. On this assignment, I have a 2.5 minute video right there of Kwame Alexander talking about this stuff. It's pretty awesome. All right, that being said, what we're going to talk about is he talks about finding better words and phrases. So what I would do in class is, what's a better word or phrase for the word beautiful? Now, here's the thing. There's a million ways to describe beautiful that would be much better than the word beautiful, because your beautiful is different than my beautiful. So what are better words or phrases for beautiful? That's something to consider. Same thing with here. What's a better word or phrase for fun? Fun's a terrible word, right? Oh, so fun. You think about better words and phrases as they show the reader, not just tell them about it. Okay. Now, what we really need to do is actually make a list. And so I would actually ask all of you at this point to, and at home, to grab a page in your reader's notebook and do one page in the back here, a lesson in the mini lesson section, and do descriptive words to eradicate. So somewhere in here. Okay, so your heading would be descriptive words to eradicate. Eradicate means to get rid of forever, like it's gone, it doesn't exist anymore. Okay, now this is a list of all the words that I would put on there that really just don't do anything. Like the word amazing sucks. It doesn't show anything. People say it's so amazing, but your amazing is not the same as mine. Same thing with awesome. Now, it's different if I'm giving you feedback. Right? You just want to be told whether something is good or bad. So I could say to you, hey, that was an awesome story you wrote. But then I should go into saying why. So communication can use these words, but writers shouldn't. You have time as a writer to take awesome out and put in something that's more descriptive. Okay? Or the word ugly. You can take ugly out and put in something that's more descriptive. So here's give an example. I showed you yesterday that I went to here. All right, I went to Galveston, Texas. That's where my view was for a week. All right, so that's my view. So if I told you, Mr. Slaby, how was your trip? And I said, our trip to Galveston, Texas was amazing. Guess what? That doesn't tell you anything, okay? I even might say, our trip to Galveston, Texas was awesome. I still haven't said anything. So the problem is none of that's telling you anything. But what if I said this? Our trip to Galveston, Texas was like breathing in pure life force to get me through the next few months of our COVID nightmare. Okay? Now, that's better, right? That's at least telling you what it felt like. It's still missing stuff like this. Our trip to Galveston, Texas included walks along a silky sand beach. Ooh, alliteration. 70-degree salty air. More alliteration. And warm breeze naps on a deck overlooking the ocean. Now you know what I'm talking about. I don't even need to use the word awesome or amazing. I've shown you the things that I do. Those are awesome. And if you don't think they're awesome, that's fine. That at least you had a chance to describe, I had a chance to describe what awesome was. And you got a chance to be like, yeah, sounds okay to me. Not interested. That's fine. But now you have a clear idea, because when I say amazing or awesome, you have no idea whether we equal in our awesome amazing. All right, so let's get on to the assignment for today. So here's the deal. It's fun with word choice. So we're going to start by step one, and this is an assignment just so everyone knows. It's right here, fun with word choice. You're going to upload this to Notability so everyone knows, all right? Here we have, they're going to start with writing down 10 words, nouns, verbs, or adjectives. Noun is a person, place, or thing. A verb is an action word. So like if I went to the store or I go to the store, that's a verb. What about I rushed to the store or I hustled to the store? Better words that you use too much in your writing. Think about how words you just like go to automatically. That's this list, right? Are like our words to eradicate. These are boring, bleh, nothing words. Okay. So this right here, this 10 words is I want you to think of, try to get to 10 words that you use all the time. Not words like the you can't help, but words like nice, great, amazing, cool. Who cares? They don't say anything. Or he ran. Ran's a crappy word. How about like he sprinted or he blasted his way to the store? Think about words you use all the time that aren't interesting. All right. Now, down here with one, so with one of your common words, so pick one of these 10, put it right here, and then you're going to come up with 3 better ways to describe that word. For instance, the word pretty. Well, gorgeous is better. It's not awesome. All that in a bag of chips. That's a cliche, but at least it's better. And beautiful is, it's okay, right? So this isn't awesome as far as example. See, I use the word awesome there. I want you to get creative. What's a better way to take one of your words and pump them up? Okay, think about this one. All right, then you're going to continue on, and then after that, in the same document, you're going to actually do a little bit of more work. So actually, I didn't do this. Mrs. Rogers did this one, but this is a great lesson where she's going to pull quotes from authors. So here's Hunger Games and Suzanne Collins. I have dinner that night in my room, ordering an outrageous number of desserts, eating myself sick. So desserts is not what Collins used. Desserts is what Mrs. Rogers replaced, something better. So that space for desserts, that's for you to make better using better words or better phrases. So desserts is not what the author used. I want you to try to think of a better way to describe desserts, either in one word or a phrase of many words that would be just better writing. And you're going to do that a few times. Okay? So that's your work for today. That's right here, right? You're going to upload it to Notability and you're going to submit that for your work for today. All right. Good luck, everyone. Hope to, send me questions, send me confusions, and I'll give you feedback. All right. Take care.